We simply don't know enough about Kim Jong Un. What emerges from our exclusive interviews is a deeply complex character.
Get ready for a rare glimpse into the hidden world of Kim Jong Un's secret parties. Behind the closed doors of North Korea's opulent palaces and private islands, the enigmatic leader hosts extravagant events that defy the country's austere image. From lavish decor to A-list entertainment, we're about to take you on a wild ride into the heart of Kim Jong Un's most exclusive and secretive bashes. Let's dive in. As we explore the secrets of Kim Jong Un's parties, it's essential to understand the context of North Korea's secretive regime and the leader's carefully crafted public image. Accessing the secret parties. Kim Jong Un, North Korea's current supreme leader, has been living it up since he took over in 2011. After his father, Kim Jong II, died, Kim Jong Un tightened his grip on power, which included merciless purges, a large cult following, and a system that kept the elite in his pocket. But what truly happens behind closed doors? Well, let's just say his private parties are the epitome of his extravagant lifestyle. Imagine trying to break into a secret organization where the guest list is strictly guarded and the venues are hidden behind layers of protection. That's what it's like to try to get into Kim Jong Un's parties. The government used every trick in the book to keep them hidden, from encrypted invites to sham gatherings. If you're lucky enough to get an invite, you can bet you'll be scrutinized and monitored every step of the way. Despite the dangers, some courageous individuals have managed to steal a peek beyond the curtain, and what they discovered is quite shocking. Their stories provide a glimpse into a hidden realm where champagne flows like water and luxury cars line the streets. But below the gleaming exterior, the reality is far different. While Kim Jong Un and his cronies drink all night, millions of North Koreans are battling to survive. They are forced to live in dilapidated apartments with barely enough food or water to drink. The contrast is stunning, yet it's all buried beneath a cloak of secrecy and propaganda. However, the brave individuals who sacrificed everything to disclose the truth have provided us with a rare insight into this warped society. This level of control allows the government to keep the celebration secret and ensures that only a select few are able to enjoy the grandeur and extravagance. The guest list is carefully vetted to include only individuals who have demonstrated their commitment to Kim Jong Un and his leadership. These exclusive gatherings are frequently hosted in isolated and strongly guarded locales, such as private islands, luxury resorts, and magnificent estates, making it practically impossible for outsiders to attend. These places are usually surrounded by many layers of security, such as elite personnel, surveillance systems, and checkpoints, to ensure that the parties are fully hidden from public view. As a result, little is known about the inner workings of these secret societies, adding to the mystery and intrigue surrounding North Korea's ruling class. To ensure continued secrecy, the North Korean government has invested in modern equipment to prevent unauthorized recording or broadcast of the events. Furthermore, armed security agents are stationed around the venues to monitor visitor movements and thwart efforts to film or video the festivities. These safeguards ensure that the parties stay fully secret, with no possibility of illegal information seeping out. The government's use of technology and staff puts a tight grasp on information, making it extremely difficult for outsiders to gain insight into the inner workings of these special events. Documenting or distributing information about the parties comes with extremely serious risks. Those who seek to do so suffer harsh penalties, including incarceration, torture, and even death. As a result, few people have been ready to provide first-hand reports or footage of the occurrences. However, some defectors who have managed to flee North Korea have shared their stories, affording a rare look into the regime's hidden elite. These secret events provide a rare glimpse into the lives of North Korea's ruling elite, highlighting their opulent spending and lifestyles. The footage and reports depict a world of wealth and excess, with high-end products and services widely available and extravagant entertainment the norm. Behind closed doors, a world of unimaginable luxury unfolds. the secret of North Korea's most extravagant parties comes to light. Lavish decor and entertainment. The venues are meticulously designed with the highest quality furnishings, artwork, and facilities, providing a luxurious and refined atmosphere. The celebrations themselves feature high-end entertainment, including performances by North Korea's most well-known musicians, dancers, and other performers. The guest lists are meticulously vetted to ensure that only the regime's most committed and trusted members attend, and the festivities are frequently themed around major dates or occasions on the North Korean calendar. Every element is meticulously researched to create an atmosphere of grandeur and excess, in stark contrast to the terrible realities endured by the majority of North Koreans. The Kumsusan Palace of the Sun is a massive building that exemplifies the regime's grandeur and respect for its prior rulers. Its beautiful hallways and rooms are decorated with elaborate mosaics, crystal chandeliers, and polished marble, instilling a sense of awe and devotion. However, when the palace is converted into a party venue, the mood changes drastically. The solemn memorials have been replaced with expensive decorations, and the halls are alive with music and laughter. The regime's elite, dressed in their finest apparel, interact and partake in lavish feasts, a far cry from the melancholy atmosphere that usually dominates the palace. The palace's grounds are an insight into extravagance, with carefully groomed lawns, bright flower beds, and winding walks that give a sense of calm and exclusivity. The sound of soothing fountains and mellow music fills the air, preparing the atmosphere for an evening of indulgence and excess. As night sets, the grounds are illuminated by warm golden light, with strategically placed spotlights showcasing the palace's great architecture and the rich decorations that adorn the party area. In addition to the Kumsusan Palace, the administration has been known to throw celebrations at other palatial estates and luxury resorts spread across North Korea. This palatial mansion, surrounded by towering trees and manicured gardens, boasts breathtaking views of the Taedong River and is reputed to be a favorite of high-ranking officials. Another famous resort is the Maejeon Resort, which is located on North Korea's gorgeous east coast. This exclusive retreat features sumptuous villas, private beaches, and world-class amenities, making it the ideal place for the regime's elite to relax and unwind in luxury. The palace walls are covered with exquisite murals and paintings illustrating scenes from North Korean history and the regime's accomplishments. The flooring is covered in luxurious hand-woven carpets, while the ceilings are ornamented with exquisite moldings and intricate chandeliers that create a warm golden glow throughout the space. The attention to detail in the decor is truly extraordinary, with each element meticulously chosen and curated to create a sense of wonder and luxury. The regime's elite visitors are surrounded by the highest quality materials and craftsmanship, from the rare and exotic woods utilized in the furnishings to the magnificent porcelain and crystal glassware adorning the tables. Along with the grand and extravagant design, the secret events include a variety of expensive items tailored to the regime's most exacting preferences. The lounging spaces feature luxurious leather-upholstered couches and armchairs, while the dining tables are dressed with the best linens, cutlery, and china. Lighting in these venues is also an important factor in establishing the ideal atmosphere of grandeur and exclusivity. The rooms strategically feature elaborate chandeliers, sconces, and floor lamps that emit a warm and inviting glow, enhancing the overall ambiance. The use of dimmable lighting enables the regime to regulate the tone and ambiance of events, resulting in an intimate and exclusive environment for their guests. Rumors circulate about the Master Casino's high-stakes games in which millions of dollars are bet on a single hand of cards. The casino is claimed to be frequented by some of North Korea's most influential individuals, including high-ranking military personnel, government officials, and even Kim family members. The North Korean government denies the casino's existence, but sources suggest it is a major hub for money laundering and illicit financial activity. Despite the secrecy surrounding the master casino, its image as a haven of excess has traveled far and wide, with many seeing it as a symbol of the regime's corruption and debauchery. However, for those who are fortunate enough to obtain entrance, the master casino provides a look into a world of unfettered luxury and excess, where the usual laws of society do not apply. The private islands are cloaked in mystery, with little information surfacing about the specific nature of the parties hosted there. According to insiders, the islands have cutting-edge leisure amenities such as private movie theaters, concert halls, and even sports stadiums. The regime's elite are believed to enjoy elaborate feasts produced by world-renowned chefs, as well as unique performances by some of the world's most creative performers. The island's isolation and obscurity have fueled stories of expensive and decadent behavior, with some even hinting at illegal acts and forbidden pleasures. While the truth about the parties remains unknown, one thing is certain: the regime's private islands provide a strange and fantasy environment that is far distant from the brutal realities of life in North Korea. The Moranbong Band's performances demonstrate the regime's ability to merge entertainment and philosophy. Their songs frequently extol the virtues of North Korea and its leaders, and their intricately choreographed acts are intended to captivate and indoctrinate the audience. The dictatorship deliberately cultivates the band's popularity, using its music and performances to influence public opinion and foster loyalty. At secret parties, the Moranbong Band's performances are frequently complemented by various forms of entertainment, such as acrobatic displays, magic shows, and even circus acts. The acrobatic performances at the secret parties are often highly choreographed and synchronized, with the performers working in intricate teams to create visually stunning displays. The use of specialized equipment such as aerial silks and trapezes adds an extra layer of excitement and exclusivity to the events, further reinforcing the regime's control over the country's resources and the lives of its citizens. Exotic dancing is another popular kind of entertainment at secret parties. The dictatorship is said to have a pleasure squad of young ladies chosen for their beauty and trained to entertain high-ranking officials at these functions. These ladies are frequently forced to have private encounters with the guests, which reinforces the regime's control and exploitation of its population. The exotic dance performances at the secret parties are claimed to be highly coordinated and visually stunning, with dancers dressed in lavish costumes and performing sophisticated routines that combine traditional Korean dance with more contemporary techniques. The mood is believed to be one of luxury and indulgence, with visitors given entertainment that the vast majority of North Koreans cannot afford. Regardless of the type of entertainment, the secret parties held by Kim Jong Un and his administration are intended to cater to the expensive tastes of the North Korean elite. From live music performances to exotic dancers and acrobatic exhibitions, the events demonstrate the regime's concern with projecting an image of power, money, and success, even while citizens struggle to meet their basic needs. But only a select few get to experience this opulence, as the guest list is carefully curated to include only the regime's most loyal and elite. Exclusive guest list. Access to these private parties is strictly monitored, and invites are only issued to individuals who have proven steadfast commitment to the dictatorship. The guest list is carefully guarded, and attendees are frequently sworn to secrecy regarding the festivities themselves. This limited group of people is treated to a life of luxury and excess, distant from the terrible reality that the rest of the population faces. In exchange for their allegiance and support, they are given benefits and rewards that solidify their place inside the regime's inner circle. Attendees must also display some kind of social position and influence in North Korean society. High-ranking politicians, military generals, and powerful party members are usually permitted entry, as are representatives of the creative and cultural groups who have shown their commitment through their work. The guest list may also include foreign dignitaries and corporate figures with strong ties to the government and the Korean Workers' Party. The lavish ambiance of the secret parties reflects the regime's excesses, as visitors are treated to rare and expensive cuisines, superb wines, and lavish entertainment. The events are frequently centered on patriotic or ideological themes, promoting the regime's narrative and demonstrating its might and status. Those who have amassed riches and influence through their links to the regime are rewarded with admittance to these exclusive events, which strengthens their standing among the ruling elite. In exchange, individuals are expected to show their allegiance and support for the dictatorship, which is generally done through public displays of devotion or financial contributions to the regime's coffers. The Kim family maintains its influence through an intricate network of contacts and alliances, with family members and close friends holding crucial posts. Kim Jong Un's inner circle consists of close relatives, notably his wife Ri Sol-ju and his sister Kim Yo-jong, who has recently gained popularity as a senior party official. Other prominent players include top military generals, senior party members, and powerful advisors who have shown unflinching support for the Kim government. These individuals are rewarded with exclusive access to resources, information, and decision-making procedures, thereby cementing their status among the elite. In exchange, they are expected to remain completely faithful to the Kim family and the state, perpetuating the ruling dynasty's personality cult. Beyond the Kim family, the North Korean elite comprises a number of high-ranking government officials and military leaders, with Cho Ryong-hae being one of the most notorious. Cho Ryong-hae's rise to prominence demonstrates his steadfast commitment to the Kim regime, as well as his ability to negotiate the elite's complex power dynamics. Cho, one of Kim Jong Un's most trusted advisors, has been instrumental in establishing the regime's policies and retaining power. His background in the military and party bureaucracy has given him a unique grasp of the regime's inner workings, allowing him to wield power behind the scenes. Cho, as president of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly, is the nominal head of state, although real power is still held by Kim Jong Un. The parties are designed to appeal to the extravagant tastes of North Korea's elite, with sumptuous feasts, pricey booze, and foreign delicacies being common themes. As a result, people with great income and resources from their positions within the regime are more likely to be invited to these special parties. Personal connections and contacts within the government can also affect who is invited to the secret events. Those with close ties to Kim Jong Un or other high-ranking officials are more likely to be invited to the parties, which are viewed as an opportunity to develop political alliances and solidify power structures inside the regime. Despite the exclusivity of the guest list, there have been allegations that foreign leaders and even celebrities have attended these secret gatherings, although substantial evidence is lacking. The leadership may offer invites to select international guests in order to build diplomatic connections, while also demonstrating the riches and power of the North Korean elite. However, it is vital to emphasize that information regarding the precise individuals who attend these secret events is scarce and frequently speculative. The dictatorship goes to considerable lengths to ensure the secrecy and exclusivity of these occasions, and those who are invited are sworn to silence regarding the nature of the gatherings. The North Korean dictatorship, led by Kim Jong Un, has put in place a thorough and extremely sophisticated security system to ensure that only the most loyal and trustworthy individuals are allowed to attend the party's exclusive secret gatherings. These security measures are intended to protect the event's secrecy and exclusivity, as the dictatorship goes to great lengths to conceal the country's leadership's opulent lifestyle from the rest of the world. At the heart of the regime's security procedures is a stringent screening process that all potential participants must complete. This procedure begins with a rigorous background investigation, during which the regime's intelligence agencies carefully study the individual's political and personal history, as well as their relationships to other members of the elite. Only individuals with an unswerving commitment to the Kim government and the Korean Workers' Party are considered for inclusion on the guest list. Once anyone is declared eligible to attend the secret parties, they are subjected to a variety of security checks and surveillance methods to verify that they represent no threat to the event or the regime's leadership. This involves biometric scanning like fingerprints and facial recognition, as well as thorough searches of their personal items and electronic devices. The settings for the secret parties are likewise strongly fortified, with various layers of security in place to prevent illegal entry. These safeguards include armed guards, surveillance cameras, and sophisticated technological countermeasures designed to detect and destroy any attempts at penetration or communication. One of the most striking features of the regime's security apparatus is the use of signal jammers to interrupt communication and restrict the use of recording equipment. This prevents any unapproved footage or material from being smuggled out of the events, enhancing the regime's control over the flow of information and the narrative surrounding the covert parties. In addition to physical and technological security measures, the regime uses a network of informants and undercover officers to monitor guests' conduct and activities. These persons are responsible for reporting any suspicious conduct or potential breaches of security, and they have the authority to take prompt action to address any perceived threats. Where the privileged few gather, the party's extravagance knows no bounds, with champagne toasts, caviar feasts, and unbridled hedonism dominating the night's agenda. Excessive consumption. Kim Jong Un and his regime's secret parties are well known for their opulent and fine cuisine, with elite guests treated to a plethora of rare and pricey delicacies. Decadent dinners include delicacies like caviar, truffles, and rare meats, all of which are imported from around the world. The regime's elite indulge in these extravagances while the broader public struggles to obtain even the most basic necessities. The disparity between haves and have-nots is extreme, with stories of famine and starvation rampant across the country. These elaborate culinary displays are intended to wow and scare VIP guests by demonstrating the regime's power and wealth. The use of endangered animals and rare meats highlights the regime's contempt for international law and conservation initiatives, as well as its determination to put luxury and excess over sustainability and accountability. The exquisite preparation and presentation of these delicacies demonstrates the regime's meticulous attention to detail and dedication to displaying its grandeur. The chefs tasked with making these gastronomic wonders are among the best in the country, hand-picked by the dictatorship for their ability and loyalty. These rare and exotic meats are accompanied by an equally exclusive selection of side dishes and accompaniments. The tables are covered with the finest caviar, truffles, and other delicacies that are usually reserved for the world's wealthiest and most influential people. Guests are also treated to a variety of the rarest and most expensive wines, champagnes, and other alcoholic beverages, heightening the aura of exclusivity and privilege that pervades these parties. One of the most startling characteristics of the food and drink given during the secret parties is the quantity and waste that are visible. Guests are frequently observed indulging in many courses, leaving plates unfinished and entire meals dumped without a second thought. This reckless disregard for the worth of food and resources contrasts sharply with the hardships endured by the North Korean people, many of whom are forced to subsist on low rations and struggle to satisfy their basic nutritional requirements. The regime's obsession with culinary luxury extends beyond the events themselves to the sourcing and preparation of food. The regime has been known to use a wide network of agents and middlemen to obtain the rarest and most unique materials, often at considerable cost and through illegal means. These attempts are aided by the regime's control over the country's limited resources, which allows them to redirect food and other necessary supplies away from the ordinary public and toward the elite's lavish feasts. The chefs and culinary staff entrusted with making these extravagant meals are also meticulously chosen and trained, with only the most skilled and loyal individuals given the opportunity to serve the regime's elite. As the night wears on, the elite's insatiable appetites escalate, plunging the party into an abyss of wild parties, where scandalous secrets and indulgences reign supreme. Debauchery and excess. Allegations of debauchery and excess have long accompanied the secret gatherings, with stories of excessive alcohol consumption and other sorts of indulgence. While the specifics of these activities are impossible to verify, they are widely believed to be a regular feature of the regime's elite gatherings. It is worth noting that such behavior would violate North Korea's rigorous social standards and laws. The contrast between the affluent elite and the masses is striking, emphasizing the regime's deception and hypocrisy. The secrecy surrounding these incidents merely fuels suspicion and adds to the mystery of the regime's lavish and hidden lifestyle. While these assertions are impossible to confirm, they are consistent with accusations of widespread substance usage among North Korea's elites. The regime's role in methamphetamine production and trafficking has been widely established, with narcotics providing a significant source of revenue for the cash-strapped administration. The use of ice or bingdu among party guests would thus align with the regime's greater economic and political aims. However, it is important to emphasize that the authenticity of these statements cannot be verified, and the identities of the undisclosed parties remain unknown. Nonetheless, rumors of substance usage and other sorts of decadence have become an indelible part of the legend surrounding the regime's elite parties. In addition to substance use, covert parties are renowned for binge drinking. The regime's elite are believed to consume rare and expensive liquors, including vintage cognacs, single malt whiskeys, and premium vodkas, frequently to the point of intoxication. The environment is described as loud and extravagant, with guests engaging in intoxicated behavior that would be considered inappropriate in public. The most frightening allegations about the secret gatherings, however, are those involving debauchery and exploitation. Defectors claim that the regime maintains a pleasure squad of young women chosen for their beauty and compelled to entertain high-ranking officials at events. These women, who are frequently separated from their families at a young age and forced to undergo intensive training in singing, dancing, and intimate practices, are required to interact privately with the visitors, enhancing the regime's control and exploitation of its inhabitants. In addition to the pleasure squad, there have been reports of prostitution and forced labor during secret parties. Defectors believe that the administration utilizes the gatherings to promote young women and girls to international visitors, offering them erotic commodities in exchange for political favors or financial benefit. The regime's readiness to participate in such repugnant acts, which violate the most fundamental human rights, demonstrates the depths of its moral corruption and disregard for the well-being of its citizens. The international community has been outraged and disgusted by allegations of extreme alcohol consumption, substance usage, and carnal indulgence during Kim Jong Un's secret parties. These charges, while difficult to verify, serve as a harsh reminder of the regime's callous disregard for its residents' well-being, as well as its readiness to engage in the most vile and exploitative acts to keep power. As the world grapples with the realities of Kim Jong Un's government, discoveries about these gatherings provide a rare and alarming glimpse into the true nature of the state's elite. The claims of substance use, drunkenness, and carnal exploitation highlight the urgent need for greater openness and accountability within North Korea, as well as decisive action by the international community to hold the regime accountable for its atrocious human rights violations. But while the elite indulge in secret extravagance, the majority of North Koreans suffer in silence, their lives marked by poverty, hunger, and desperation. Impact on the North Korean people. The secret parties hosted by Kim Jong Un and his dictatorship have had a significant impact on the North Korean people, stoking resentment and outrage at the state's excesses and contempt for their well-being. The discoveries about these opulent events, in which the privileged indulge in rare and expensive delicacies, exquisite wines, and other luxuries, contrast sharply with the bulk of North Koreans' poverty and hardship. Many North Koreans have found it difficult to accept the existence of these secret parties. People have long been aware of the regime's rich lifestyle, with reports spreading about Kim Jong Un's fondness for costly Swiss cheese and his taste for luxury things. However, the specifics of the secret parties, such as the extravagant decor, entertainment, and consumption of rare and imported commodities, have helped to expose the vast disparity between the haves and have-nots in North Korean society. These findings have had a particularly strong impact in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has aggravated the country's economic troubles and food shortages. North Koreans have battled to put food on the table and satisfy their basic needs, and knowing that their leaders are living in luxury has only contributed to their dissatisfaction and despondency. Furthermore, the revelations concerning the secret parties have raised questions about the regime's priorities and readiness to exploit the country's resources for the advantage of its elite. The stories of excessive drink consumption, substance use, and debauchery at these parties have further fueled the public's fury, as they wrestle with the fact that their leaders are more interested in gratifying their own desires than in meeting the needs of their constituents. Despite the regime's strict control over the media and efforts to suppress criticism, these discoveries have the potential to exacerbate instability and unhappiness in North Korea. As more people become aware of the regime's corruption and excess, they may feel empowered to speak up and demand change. That's a wrap. What are your thoughts on these parties? Leave them in the comments. As you do so, click the next video on the screen for more videos like this, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more regular updates.